We have been live. Please forgive that blackout. I forgot to switch my camera to the one I'm using, the extra camera. Good morning. How are you on this beautiful fall Monday where we live? We are blessed to have more beautiful weather. My hair is a little crazy this morning. Had a lovely weekend in the mountains with a lovely group of people. Um, did I'm sorry, the chat is still the chat from the other day. Um, Interesting. I'm not sure what's happening with that. 8:02. Now I'm not going to know if this is this morning or uh, I don't know. Interesting. Things are interesting out in the universe, out in the world. Being away this weekend and totally for 24 hours, totally disconnected. More than 24 hours, really. But it was a lovely, lovely weekend and some beautiful people and lots of learning and experiences and growth. We did a medicine journey and it was interesting. It was as profound as some of my other journeys have been. So always a lot of learning to happen. So, coming home today, ask Creator, what is it that you want us to know? And the flower of life cards came up, and this beautiful card came in for us meditation. Meditation is a creative process. It's not something we do or need to learn. It is simply a connection back to who you are. It is a quietness, is getting ourselves to slow down in our mind. And so it is something that doesn't come easily to me to quiet my mind. And I've been given the insight that meditation would be a good choice for me moving forward. And so I have worked on that. When we did the journey, of course, there was a lot of meditative time. Um, yeah, it is interesting what comes up when we get quiet, but it's as it does. The rest of the cards supported and explained a little bit why meditation is good. Now, just know that meditation does not have to be sitting cross-legged with your hands in this position and chanting. That is a tool, the chanting, to add to the ability to not um, hold on to the thoughts that come through because they continue to come through. You set them aside and you go back to the quietness. Sometimes people will visualize a rose, a candle. I often will visualize a stream because that makes me feel good. At any rate, the rest of the cards, it's interesting, explain why it's a good idea to spend some time in quiet, in meditation, in contemplation. Meditation, more so the contemplation. Contemplation means engaging the mind, and we would like the mind to just be quiet for a bit. But there's many aspects of our physical that quiet time can usher in, and maybe that's it. I'm sorry. The old chat bothers me there because then I can't see anyone new and it's still the old chat. So there we go. Maybe in the new chat it will come through. I've seen these. Oh, that is a new one, Julia. I guess you are here this morning. I don't know. Oh yeah, you are. Thank you. It kept the chats from the last broadcast. So the supporting cards and why you want to keep in a meditative habit. And this doesn't have to be a long time either. It can be short, 5 minute here and there, 15 minutes. I find handpan music helps me. It's a very soft, soothing music. So that's the one I choose to listen to when I sit in quiet. The first card that came up in support is masculine and feminine. This is the 11, 11 of air, the masculine and feminine. Because we are both, but what this card symbolizes is balance, that we want to bring both sides of us into balance. And Meditation helps quiet the fear, helps quiet anxiety. When you truly just connect. That mantra that I teach, I'm open, I'm willing, I'm ready, guide me. I call it a mantra because it's a several times a day thing that we invite in our guides, our angels, companions to walk with us, to help us be aware of what we're creating. And if you ask them in, they will help, give you the tap. By the way, your mind is wandering, and help keep you quiet and help bring in the energies that soothe, that heal. We have so much power to heal the things, and anxiety is rampant. Apparently, there's a book out that my daughter-in-law told me about, that they are reading in their school, all the instructors, called The Anxious Generation, and it has to do with what all these screens do to our minds. Well, of course, our children are coming up on screens, and grandchildren, coming up with screens embedded in their lives. We did not come up with that. But that doesn't mean that it doesn't have the same brain changing effect it does on children. It's just that children, it happens more quickly because their brain is still forming. And so too much screen time adversely affects the brain. It brings in anxiety and fear. Those are the changes it makes in the brain. And television is also a screen. The iPad, the phone, the computer, all of that you want to listen to or utilize more judiciously. And certainly if you have young children, very little screen time, limit it in any and every way you can. Give their brains a chance to form naturally. And also don't give them very much. It's almost impossible not to give them sugar. Just, I can't even think, processed sugar, the white stuff. It is also incredibly bad on the immune system and on the brain. So know that bringing yourself into balance will help bring everything around you into balance, because you and your vibration are creating the imbalance. A while ago, we had an issue with a couple of dogs that are around us. And so when that person would come with their dog again, they would be anxious. And, we tried to let them know that you need to be calm about this. Yes, we will stand here when they eat, so that, because it wasn't an issue about food, but we knew one of the dogs could make it an issue about food. And finally, they relaxed enough to let the dogs relax. And there is zero issue with the dogs now. It took them a while, but then they decided it was okay that the dog could come over without them. Their energy was creating more anxiety in the dogs, making them more on edge. That's what we do in the world when we live in that. And so our family is feeling that anxiety. Then the kids, if they're on tubes too much, are feeling the anxiety, and it's feeding off one another. You can be the breaker of that cycle, just allowing it to flow through you and flow out to those around you. So masculine and feminine has to do with balance, bringing in balance. That helps do away, this quiet time helps lessen the fear, the anxiety, the other things that are causing us to be out of balance. Masculine and feminine, we want both of those to be utilized and exercised within our life. Another thing that will throw us out of balance is integrity in reverse. When you are not living in integrity, when you say, "Oh, I'm truthful," and then you go out to a big box store and you buy something and you get up to the counter and they charge you whatever less than what the true price is, you not saying something and going, "No, the price really is this, not what you just put in," is a breach of your integrity. It is out of balance with who you say you are. And as you begin to trust yourself as an intuitive being, and which is one of the things I teach in my classes, is how to begin to trust yourself. So knowing that you get the answers from creator you want, it is even more imperative. And now that you know, even the little white lies cost us. They short circuit our system of truth and authenticity. And so it's important. Good morning, Adina and Jeannie and Julia. I, I think, Jeannie, I know you're on today. Yeah, because your message came right after your message on the last feed that Restream isn't deleting. So there you have it. But keeping in balance with integrity is huge in our inner peace. A little more inner peace allows us to get quiet and meditate more readily, but it does need to be practiced. It's not for most of us a real meditative or a natural process. We have to exercise it and begin to learn how to get ourselves in a quieter space. Again, it can be just with some lovely music in the morning. Do your best to, when the thoughts come in, to just move them aside. Just kind of like, thank you, I'll think about you later. Appreciate you coming up. Thank you, I'll think about you later. I appreciate coming up. One of the mantras or things to say that I think it was Jai Dev did recently in a meditation was, I am, as you breathe in, I am not my body. I am not even my mind as you breathe out. And then I added, I am all things. I am not my body. I'm not even my mind. I am all things. Helping a statement come through you, preferably a statement that you want to be your truth, because that is the truth is that our words are creating. So make sure you're going to choose a statement of something you want to create. So I am not my body. I'm not even my mind. I am all things. And the truth is, we are connected to all things. We were outside for at least 12, well, almost 13 hours straight day before yesterday. And it was cold in the morning and, got a little warmer in the afternoon, got cold again in the evening. But it was a lovely switch from my normal life. And even though there was a fair amount of discomfort in this body, I learned a lot, I experienced a lot, and I became aware in that meditative process that I carry still so much judgment about lots of things. And not, I gotta say, less than kind judgment, and really not just judgment. And by the way, I'm not having coffee this morning. I'm having green tea. I only felt like a small cup of coffee, and the green tea sounded good. This is my beautiful Guatemala mug. The man that did the journey with Wachuma that we were on this weekend comes from Ecuador. And one of the other young men comes from New Jersey, but he is Hispanic, or Pittsburgh, not New Jersey, Pittsburgh. Anyway, so I was reconnected with that South American, Central American energy. And when I went to Guatemala, this is that all energy for me was real tied in, especially since it was a medicine journey and being led by lovely, gentle men. So that contemplative time let me know where I was out of balance. And so I need to practice a little more shedding love and joy on a more regular basis, not just in situation. Because I do remember that after I did that for any length of time regularly, that I was less judgmental. I was filled with more love for myself. So I needed to judge others less, because judgment makes me feel better about me. That is the purpose of it. Hey, Maggie. So, by the way, there are still some spots left in this upcoming retreat, and you do not want to miss this with Miss Maggie coming again. This doesn't happen very often, so I invite you to consider how you might make that your truth if you are really ready to unfold into your power, awaken to the truth of who you are, and live your life from a whole different platform form than how you live now. If you need to heal, come to this retreat. There is so much offered. It is November 7th through the 13th. And I will post the link in the description here, in the comments, because in the description, who knows, Meta does something with it. I don't know. I don't really care. I am so over these platforms that we have no control on, but it is what we have. So the last card that came up was the 11 of air, body and mind. And again, it came up in reverse. And what it tells us is that we're not exactly in balance, which we can pretty much tell by the way people are acting out in public, by the way they act in traffic. Reactivity is huge in the world right now. And we really want to care for ourselves with the meditative process because we're connected to all of it as well. And then we are affecting all of it as well. So we want to be the effectors of a higher vibration of less anxiety, less fear, less reactivity. Practicing the pure love and joy tool, 30 seconds in the morning, getting quiet, meditating. And you could use the mantra, I shed pure love and joy on, but that engages more of your mind and your intent. And with meditation, we want to release more of the mind chatter, the monkey mind. And so that choice of just some quiet music, pay attention to your breathing in and out. It's also, if you do just deep breathing in and out, it's healthier for your body because you're hyperoxygenating. It may make you a little lightheaded. That is normal. If you get too lightheaded, you return to your normal breathing and push aside thoughts, just like a projector. So the last card that came up was, this kitchen tarot is so fun. It's just a really lighthearted deck. I've had it for years. And the cards are chaotic, as a kitchen from, who is owned by a foodie often is quite chaotic. And this is the moon card, the calendar. And what the calendar talks to us is about, it's time to urge to take time for collecting your wits, slowing down and reflecting on what's truly happening. Again, another card from a whole other energetic type of source telling us it is time to calm. And right now, the cosmic energy coming in is pretty calm energy. We really want to utilize that because this full moon was anything but calm or easy for many, many, many millions of us. It was quite disruptive. It was bringing up a lot of shadows, as it was supposed to. And so, for our understanding of what is still in our field, now we want to collect this time of the waxing moon as it grows into, or the waning moon, as it's departing from its fullness into the new moon, where there's total darkness. We want to be letting go of these things that have come up for us, allowing them to float away, allowing them to no longer have control over us. Anxiety, I cannot seem to talk to any person that is not suffering with anxiety right now. And so it needs to be a constant practice of choosing to get quiet, choosing to let things go, choosing to move those thoughts by. And I am trusting. I have done it before more effectively than I have been lately. In fact, I got to tell you, I've been doing lots of things with less effectiveness lately than I used to. So there are some things that should have shifted out of my reality and some things that need to shift back in. And the meditative practice is one of them. Maggie said, we had a storm here yesterday. Maggie is the healer from Ireland. Everything feels fresher today. Yeah, Jeannie said the full moon was intense. She was dealing with a headache. Yeah, after that moon, a good blowout was needed to clear out the crap. Yeah, it was definitely less than gentle. So let's take advantage of the gentle energy we are in right now. Even, we didn't have a storm here. The energy is gentler. So choose to get quiet. And Jeannie says, being on her kayak is very peaceful with her dog, which is lovely. We want to find a regular space that is something we can utilize daily, regardless of the weather. So know that getting quiet, that emptying your mind as much as possible, moving those thoughts across the stream of consciousness is very helpful. I think we are complete for this beautiful day in October. Thank you so much for joining me. And please reach out if you have any questions about the retreat. I would love to answer any and see if what you think is blocking you cannot be worked around, because many people believe that there are a few blocks in front of them. We might be able to figure out how to shift that for you. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Victoria Savage, Nurse Savage on